Hey everyone, and welcome back to your English Learning Podcast. I'm Mia. So today we're talking about something that everyone does, and I mean everyone, at least once a week.
Shopping for food? Yeah, I'm Alex, and that's definitely what I do most Saturdays, actually.
Right, and you know what, Alex? A lot of English learners tell me that the supermarket is stressful. There are so many words you don't know, and you're looking at labels, and people are in a hurry behind you in the line.
Oh, absolutely. I remember when I visited Thailand, I was completely lost in the market. I didn't know the words for half the vegetables.
So, today, I want to help you feel confident at the supermarket. Alex and I will talk about how to find things, how to understand prices, what to say to the workers, all those practical things.
And by the end, I promise you'll be able to walk into any supermarket without panic. That's my goal for you today.
Exactly what Alex said. Let's go shopping.
So, Mia, let me ask you something practical. When you go to the supermarket, what's your process? Are you one of those people with a list, or do you just wander around like I sometimes do?
Oh, I always have a list. I think about it like this. If you go without a plan, you'll buy things you don't need. The store is designed to make you buy more. They put the pretty things near the entrance, the snacks at eye level, the expensive items at the front.
Wow, I never thought about it like that, Mia. So, having a list saves you money?
Exactly, Alex. And it saves time, too. A list keeps you focused. You walk in, you know what you need. Fresh vegetables, bread, milk, eggs, and you get it. Done.
Curious, Mia, but what about people who don't cook at home? Like, what if you're buying pre-made food? How should they shop?
Good question, Alex. Well, the same idea applies. You still need to read the label carefully. You look at the price, the ingredients, and something very important, the expiration date. That's the date when the food is no longer good to eat.
Right, so like the best by date or use by date that you see on packages.
Exactly, Alex. Some labels say best before, some say use by. They're slightly different. Use by is more serious. It's about safety. Best before is more about quality. But listen, either way, you should always check it before you buy.
That's really useful information, Mia. So, when you're actually in the store, how do you find things? Are the sections pretty standard everywhere?
Oh, most supermarkets organize the same way, Alex. Think about it like the store is divided into zones. The produce section, that's fruits and vegetables, is usually at the front or back. The dairy section, where you find milk and yogurt and cheese, is always cold, usually on the sides. And the frozen section is always separate.
The produce section, right? I'm not sure I knew that word before, Mia.
Yes, produce. That's the word I use for fresh fruits and vegetables. So you walk in, and the first thing you see is usually produce. Bright colors, everything looks fresh and beautiful.
Okay, and then you mentioned frozen, Mia. Is that just frozen vegetables or more?
It's everything frozen. Frozen vegetables, frozen dinners, frozen pizza, ice cream, basically anything that needs to stay very cold. And here's a tip I want to share with you. Frozen food is actually just as healthy as fresh food. People think frozen is worse, but Alex, I'm telling you, it's not true.
Really? I always thought that was true, Mia.
Yeah, Alex. Frozen vegetables are frozen right after they're picked, so they keep their nutrition. Fresh vegetables sometimes sit in the truck for days and lose nutrition, so frozen can actually be better than fresh.
That's surprising. So, what about prices, Mia? How do you know if something is expensive or cheap?
Great question, Alex. Most supermarkets now have the price per unit on the label, so if a milk carton costs $5 but weighs 1 liter, you can compare it to another brand that costs $4 for 1 liter. That's how I find the best price.
Oh, so you're comparing the cost per amount, not just the total price. Is that right, Mia?
Exactly, Alex. This is called unit pricing, and I find it really helpful, especially for things like cereal or juice. Sometimes a bigger package is actually more expensive per amount, believe it or not.
That's a good tip, Mia. What about if you can't find something? Do you ask an employee?
Yes, absolutely, Alex. Most stores have workers in yellow shirts or blue shirts. They're usually near the shelves. You can walk up and say, "Excuse me, where can I find the pasta?" Or, "Do you know if you have almond milk?" It's very simple.
And people are generally friendly about it, Mia?
In my experience, yes, they are. It's their job to help customers. They might say something like, "It's in aisle 7, and that tells you the section number. Or they might even walk you there if it's hard to find.
I see. So you mentioned an aisle, Mia?
Right, Alex. An aisle is like a row in the supermarket. There are multiple aisles, and each one has different types of food. Aisle 1 might be bread, aisle 3 might be snacks, aisle 5 might be pasta and rice.
Interested. And then there's the checkout, right, Mia? The place where you pay?
Yes, Alex, most stores have multiple checkout lines, especially if it's busy. You choose a line. Sometimes there's a self-service checkout where you scan the items yourself, or there's a cashier. That's a worker who scans your items for you.
Is self-checkout easy, Mia?
It can be. But honestly, if you're new to shopping in English, I recommend using a cashier instead. It's more personal, and if you have questions or something doesn't work, a person can help you. Self-checkout is faster if you have only a few items, but it can be confusing for learners.
That makes sense, Mia. And what if you're on a budget? Do you have any tips for saving money?
Oh, yes, Alex, I do. First, look for sales and discounts. Many stores put signs above items that are on sale. Those are cheaper for a short time. Second, look for store brands. They're usually much cheaper than famous brands, and the quality is often the same. Third, buy what's in season. If it's summer, berries are cheap. If it's winter, apples are cheap.
That's really practical advice, Mia. Do you use coupons yourself?
Some people do, Alex. A coupon is a special code or piece of paper that saves you money on one product. For example, you might have a coupon that saves you $1 on milk. I don't use them much personally, but they can definitely save money if you use them.
And does the store give you a receipt, Mia?
Yeah, always. It's a piece of paper that shows everything you bought and the total price. I always keep mine. If something is wrong, you can return it. Or if you need to keep track of spending, the receipt helps.
Good to know, Mia. So, one last question. What about bringing reusable bags? I see some people do that.
Great question, Alex. Many stores now charge a small fee for plastic bags, like 10 cents or 25 cents per bag. So it's cheaper if you bring your own bags. Plus, it's better for the environment. A lot of people bring tote bags. Those are big cloth bags or backpacks.
That's smart, Mia. So you save money and help the planet at the same time?
Exactly, Alex. It's a win-win for everyone.
That was a great conversation, Alex and Mia. Now, I'm Beth, and I want to help you with some important words you heard. We'll take our time with each one, and I'll give you examples you can use. Let's look at the word produce. Produce means fresh fruits and vegetables. In a supermarket, the produce section is where you find apples, bananas, carrots, lettuce, everything fresh that grows in the ground or on trees. I like to buy organic produce when I can. That means fruits and vegetables that were grown without chemicals. Another example, the produce section is at the front of my supermarket. Now, aisle. An aisle is a long row or path in a supermarket. The supermarket has many aisles. Each aisle has different items. Example: I need to find rice. It's probably in aisle 5. Another example: the cereal is in the breakfast aisle. This is important. The expiration date, or use-by date, is the last date the food is safe to eat. After this date, you should not eat the food. Example: check the expiration date on the milk. It says March 20th, so I need to drink it by then. Another example: the yogurt's use-by date is next week, so I'll buy it today. Unit price is the price per amount. Instead of just looking at the total price, you look at the price per liter or per kilogram. This helps you compare two brands. Example: the unit price of this cereal is $2 per kilogram. The other brand is $3 per kilogram, so this one is cheaper. A cashier is the worker who takes your money at the checkout. They scan your items and take your payment. I'll ask the cashier if this item is on sale. A receipt is the paper the cashier gives you. It shows what you bought, the price of each item, and the total. Example: I always keep my receipt in case I need to return something. Another example: the receipt shows I spent $50. A discount is a reduction in price. It means the item costs less money than usual. Example: there's a discount on apples this week. They're usually $3, but now they're $2. Another example: I got a 30% discount on these shoes. A tote bag is a large, strong cloth bag that you can carry. Many people use tote bags instead of plastic bags at the supermarket. Example: I always bring my tote bag when I go shopping. Another example: this tote bag is perfect for carrying groceries. Excellent! Those are 8 important words that will help you at the supermarket. Now let me share some key phrases next. Listen, here are some useful phrases you heard Alex and Mia use. You can use these exact words when you shop. Where can I find the milk, or where can I find pasta? This is a polite way to ask a store worker where something is. You use it when you can't find an item. Excuse me, where can I find the frozen vegetables? Do you have almond milk? Or do you have organic eggs? You use this to ask if the store sells something. Maybe they have it, maybe they don't. Do you have this item in a smaller size? You can ask this at the checkout if you see a discount sign but you want to make sure. Example: this cereal is on sale, right? I saw the sign. Some supermarkets now charge for bags. You can say this to tell the cashier you brought your own. Example: don't worry, I'll bring my own bag. I have a tote bag. A very simple question, but useful if the price isn't clear. Example: how much is this organic milk? Perfect! Now you're ready for the supermarket. Thanks for listening to Mia, Alex, and Alex. You know the words and you know what to say.
So, what did we all learn today? Shopping for food in English doesn't have to be scary. You go in with a list, you know the sections: produce, dairy, frozen. You compare prices and you ask questions if you need help. It's that simple.
And honestly, most people in supermarkets are helpful. They understand that shopping can be confusing, especially if English isn't your first language. I mean, just ask them. They want to help you.
You learned 8 important words today from Alex and Mia: produce, aisle, expiration date, unit price, cashier, receipt, discount, and tote bag. Practice these words. The next time you shop, try to use 1 or 2 of them.
And here's a challenge for you from me and Alex. The next time you go to a supermarket, Pick one question to ask a worker. It can be, where can I find the bread? Or, do you have this item? Just one question. This builds your confidence a lot.
I agree with Mia. That's perfect. Small steps, you know?
You are doing great. English is a skill, and skills improve with practice. Every time you shop and use English, you're getting better and better.
Thanks so much for listening to Alexa and me today. Don't forget to check the show notes for a full list of vocabulary and phrases. And if you have questions or topics you want us to cover, leave a comment.
We'd love to hear from you. See you next time.
Goodbye, and happy shopping from all of us at Your English Learning Podcast.